is Amenhotep II. This audio presentation is composed of multiple sources, including, but not limited to, ancient Egyptian literature originally written by Miriam Lathim. This audio presentation is read and voiced by Shakim Ra. It is provided to the public by Ra University. Amenhotep II, sometimes called Amenopus II, meaning Amen is at peace or Amen is satisfied, was the 7th pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of Kemet. Amenhotep inherited a vast region of kingdoms from his father, Thutmose III, and held it by means of a few military campaigns in Syria. However, he fought much less than his father, and his reign saw the effective cessation of the hostilities between Egypt and Mitanni, the major kingdoms vying for power in Syria. His reign is usually dated from 1427 to 1401 BC. His consort was Tiaa, who was barred from any prestige until Amenhotep's son Thutmose IV came into power. Family and early life. Amenhotep II was born to Thutmose III and a minor wife of the king, Mary-Tara Hatshepsut. He was not, however, the firstborn son of this pharaoh. His elder brother, Amenhotep, the son of the great king's wife, Satia, was originally the intended heir to the throne, since Amenhotep was designated the king's eldest son and overseer of the cattle of Amen in the year 24 of Thutmose's reign. However, between years 24 and 35 of Thutmose III, both Queen Satia and Prince Amenhotep died, which prompted the pharaoh to marry the non-royal Mary-Tara Hatshepsut. She would bear Thutmose III a number of children, including the future Amenhotep II. Amenhotep II was born and raised in Memphis in the north instead of in Thebes, the traditional capital. While a prince, he oversaw deliveries of wood sent to the dockyard of Peru Nufe in Memphis and was made the Sechem, the high priest over Lower Kemet. Amenhotep has left several inscriptions touting his athletic skills while he was a leader of the army before his crowning. Amenhotep was no less athletic than his powerful father. He claims to have been able to shoot an arrow through a copper target 1 palm thick, and that he was able to row his ship faster and farther than 200 members of the Navy could row theirs. Some skepticism concerning the truth of these claims has been expressed among Egyptologists. Amenhotep ascended to the throne on the first day of the 4th month of Akhet, but his father died on the 30th day of the 3rd month of Peret. If an Egyptian crown prince was proclaimed king but did not take the throne on the day after his father's death, it meant that he served as the junior co-regent during his father's reign. A co-regency with Thutmose III and Amenhotep II is believed to have lasted for 2 years and 4 months. When he assumed power, Amenhotep II was only 18 years old, according to an inscription from his great Sphinx Stele Now, His Majesty appeared as king as a fine youth after he had become well developed and had completed 18 years in his strength and bravery. After becoming pharaoh, Amenhotep married a woman of uncertain parentage named Tia'a. As many as 10 sons and 1 daughter have been attributed to him. Amenhotep's most important son was Thutmose IV, who succeeded him. However, there is significant evidence for his having many more children. Princess Amenhotep, Weben and Su, Amenemhet, Nejem are all clearly attested, and Amenemhat, Kimwaset, and Akep-Ra, as well as her daughter Isret, are also possible children. Amenhotep II was interred in his KV-35 tomb in the Valley of the Kings. His mummy was found there within his original sarcophagus when the tomb was discovered in March of 1898 by Victor Loret. The tomb also housed a mummy cache containing several New Kingdom pharaohs, including Thutmose IV, Seti II, Ramesses III, Ramesses IV, and Ramesses VI. They had been reburied in Amenhotep II's tomb by the 21st dynasty high priest of Amun, Penejem II, during Siamun's reign to protect him from the tomb robbers. Sphinx Stele of Amenhotep II at Giza. Originally carved to represent King Khafra, the great Sphinx of Giza came to be worshipped as a manifestation of the sun god Hermakhet, Heru in the horizon. The text consists of an introductory encomium of the king, written in the orational style, and a prose narration which relates the young king's feats as an oarsman, archer, and horseman. While allowance must be made for hyperbole, the claims of royal prowess have a basis in fact, for several other monuments of this king extol his feats as sportsman, and his mummy is that of an exceptionally tall and strongly built man. In the New Kingdom, such introductions become ever more elaborate. Yet the kings were not smothered by the ceremonial that surrounded their persons and the narratives of their deeds, as distinct from the formal laudations bear the stamp of their individual personalities. The Great Sphinx Stele of Amenhotep II, Titulary and Encomium. The living Heru, strong bull, great in vigor, 2 ladies, rich in splendor, arisen in Thebes, gold Heru, who conquers all lands by his might, the king of Upper and Lower Kemet, Khepra-Ra. The son of Ra, Amenhotep, divine ruler of On. The son of Amen, who raised him for himself, the offspring of Heru-Khuti. Shining seed of the god's body, whose being Neith fashioned, whom the most ancient god engendered, so that he would take the rule which he has taken. Himself he crowned him king upon the throne of the living. Give him the black land as his retinue, the red land as his serfs. Bestowed on him a heritage forever, a kingship for all time. He gave to him the throne of God, the mighty rulership of Atum, the two lords' portions, the two ladies' shares, their years of life and of dominion. He placed his daughter upon his breast. He fastened the uraeus upon his head. He crushed the bowmen under his feet. The northerners bow to his might. All countries are under his fear. He bound the heads of the 9 bows. He holds the 2 lands in his hand. The people are in dread of him. All the gods have love for him. Amen himself made him rule what his eye encircles, what the disk of Ra illuminates. He has taken all of Kemet, south and north are in his care. The red land brings him its dues. All countries have his protection. His borders reach the rim of heaven. The lands are in his hand in a single knot. Risen as king upon the great throne, he has joined the great magicians. The double crown clings to his head. Ra's Atef crown to his brow. His face is adorned with the south crown and the north crown. He wears the headband and the helmet. The tall plumed ibis crown is on his head. The headcloth embraces his shoulders. Gathered are the crowns of Atum, handed over to his image as ordained by the maker of gods. Amen, the most ancient, who crowned him. He commanded him to conquer all lands without fail. The son of Ra, Amenhotep, divine ruler of Om, Ra's heir, Amen's son, shining seed, divine flesh's holy egg of noble men. Come from the womb he wore the crown, conquered the earth while yet in the egg. Egypt is his. No one rebels in all that Amen's eye lights up. The strength of Mont is in his limbs. In power he equals the son of Nut. He has joined the reed to the papyrus. People north and south are under his feet. His portion is that on which Ra shines. To him belongs what ocean encircles. There is no hindrance to his envoy throughout all countries of the Fanku. To the pillars of Heru he has no peer. He is not hemmed in by other people. The southerners come to him, bowed down. The northerners are on their bellies. He has gathered them all into his fist. His mace has crashed upon their heads. As Amen Ra Atum, Lord of gods, has decreed, he sees the lands in triumph once and for all. Now, then His Majesty appeared as king, as a beautiful youth who was well developed and had completed 18 years upon his thighs in strength. He was one who knew all the works of Mont. He had no equal to the field of battle. He was one who knew horses. There was not his like in the numerous army. Not one among them could draw his bow. He could not be approached in running. Strong of arms, untiring when he took the oar, he rowed at the stern of his falcon boat as the stroke oar for 200 men. Pausing after they had rowed half a mile, they were weak, limp in body and breathless, while His Majesty was strong under his oar of 20 cubits in length. He stopped and landed his falcon boat only after he had done 3 miles of rowing without interrupting his stroke. Faces shone as they saw him do this. He drew 300 strong bows, comparing the workmanship of the men who had crafted them so as to tell the unskilled from the skilled. He also came to do the following, which is brought to your attention. Entering his northern garden, he found erected for him 4 targets of Asiatic copper, of 1 palm in thickness, with a distance of 20 cubits between one post and the next. Then His Majesty appeared on the chariot like Mont in his might. He drew his bow while holding 4 arrows together in his fist. Thus he rode northward, shooting at them like Mont in his panoply, each arrow coming out its back to its target while he attacked the next post. It was a deed never yet done, never yet heard reported, shooting an arrow at a target of copper so that it came out of it and dropped to the ground. Done only by the king, rich in glory, whom Amen made strong, the king of Upper and Lower Kemet, Pharaoh, a fighter like Mont. Now, when he was still a youth, he loved horses and rejoiced on them. He was stout-hearted in working them, learning their natures, skilled in training them, understanding their ways. When it was heard in the palace by his father, the Heru, the strong bull, Amen, on Sen in Thebes, His Majesty's heart was glad to hear it. Rejoicing at what was said of his eldest son, he said in his heart, "He will make a ruler of the whole land, whom no one can attack. He is eager to excel and rejoices in strength, while as yet a charming youth without wisdom, though not yet at the age to do the work of months, he ignores the thirst of the body and loves strength. It is the god who inspires him to act so as to become the protector of Kemet, the ruler of land." His Majesty said to those at his side, "Let him be given the very best horses from my Majesty's stable in Memphis and tell him, look after them, master them, trot them, and manage them if they resist you." Then the king's son was told to look after some of the horses of the king's stable. He did what he was told, and Resheph and Astarte rejoiced over him as he did all that his heart desired. He raised horses that were unequaled. They did not tire when he held the reins. They did not drip sweat in the gallop. He would yoke them with the harness at Memphis and would stop at the resting place of Herumaket. He would spend time there leading them around and observing the excellence of the resting place of Kings Khufu and Khafra, the justified. His heart desired to make their names live, but he kept it to himself until there would occur what his father Ra had ordained for him. After this, His Majesty was made to appear as king. The Uraeus took his place on his brow. The image of Ra was established on his post The land, as before, was in peace under its lord, Pharaoh, who ruled the two lands while all foreign countries were bound under his souls. Then His Majesty remembered the place where he had enjoyed himself in the vicinity of the pyramids and of Pharaoh Amenhotep. 1. Ordered to make a resting place there and to place a stele of limestone in it, its face engraved with the great name of Pharaoh, beloved of Pharaoh Amenhotep, given life forever.